All right, y'all. Do you want the Raiders to sign a free agent? Y for yes, or I want you to type that N for no. Should the Raiders go out and sign a free agent? Y for yes, N for no. Coming up here on the Raiders Report, we're going to be talking about some potential names that the Raiders could go out and sign. And so you don't miss any videos we make here, subscribe to the Las Vegas Raiders Report, the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube. And also, if the Raiders go out and sign any of these players, we're going to be going ahead and making a video. No matter the location, from OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider. Mychal Kendricks, the first name of potential free agents the Raiders could target. There's been reports that the Raiders are going to bring him in. They're obviously interested in getting another linebacker for the simple fact of Nick Kwiatkowski has really been the only reliable piece here. He's gotten better over the years in pass coverage, and yes, he is still facing potential jail time for insider trading. Now, it's been getting pushed back further and further and further. I don't know if he ever will face the jail time, but it is something that we definitely have to mention. Jon Gruden and this team, especially also with Paul Guenther, they want somebody else that can be reliable. Mychal Kendricks, to me, I do believe is going to play a lot better than what Nicholas Morrow's been playing, and I would imagine he's going to be better than, heck, what Corey Littleton's been playing. I also want the Raiders to give Kyle Wilbur a little bit more love, who has been flying all over the football field when he's been in the football game, but at the end of the day, you went out and signed Littleton and Kwiatkowski. The reason why the Raiders have shown interest in players like Mychal Kendricks is for the simple fact of they haven't been confident in the production, and these numbers are hard to ignore. What you see on screen right now are the Raiders' PFF grades at the linebacker position. Imagine getting these grades in school. Yeah, not great. 78.1 is 8th best out of 74 linebackers. Corey Littleton, right now, is rated as the 69th best linebacker in the National Football League, according to PFF. Guess what? That's not very nice whatsoever. So I want you to keep in mind a name like Mychal Kendricks. We still got 4 more names coming up here, so make sure you guys don't go anywhere. Will the Raiders go out and get Kendricks? 1 for yes or 0 for no? I'll tell you what, if they do, we will be going live here, or at least making a show about it. I can promise you that. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Will the Raiders sign Kendricks? One name that I've brought up multiple times here, it's Eric Reid, and he's basically the exact same type of player that Jonathan Abram is, more of a strong safety, but I still think that he's just way too talented to still be unsigned. Like, I don't know why he hasn't been signed yet to a team. I mean, he had 130 tackles last year, 4 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, 6 pass breakups, and the biggest reason why I want the Raiders to go out and get Eric Reid, he can cover tight ends. And I mean, that's been one area that the Raiders have struggled in over the past few seasons. And Eric Harris, not that great. Yes, I did think Jeff Heath played a lot better. But Jonathan Abram, I mean, I'm going to take a shot at him because he's been playing like reckless. And I mean, absolutely reckless, trying to fly over the football field. I love the passion, but he still needs to get better, right? I mean, 100%. And this defense 100% needs to get better as well. I mean, look at these points allowed. You're not going to win many football games. Luckily, the offense has been great, but you gave up 30 to Carolina, 24 to the Saints without Earl Thomas. Technically, the defense gave up only 29 to the Patriots, but 36 was the total score. 30 to the Bills, 32 to the Chiefs. Are these good football teams? Absolutely. No doubt about it. But again, I need somebody that can cover a tight end. Is Travis Kelce the best pass-catching tight end in the league? I think so. You could also argue George Kittle. But one of the reasons why you go out and get Littleton was for the hope that he was able to cover guys like Travis Kelce. And I mean, he was just getting roasted. So why don't we mix it up? We want to be a versatile defense, right? Go out and get Eric Reid, who I think could also play strong safety, free safety, and you could also put him at linebacker because he's got that size and physicality. So would you want the Raiders to go out and get a player like Eric Reid? Type S for sign. I want you to type P for pass. And right now in the live audience, I'm seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of signs. So hopefully, Raiders, if you're watching this video, go out and get yourself some Eric Reid. Today's show is presented by BetUS. I want you guys to go ahead and support our sponsors. It helps me out a ton, and I would appreciate if everyone watching would go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Use that promo code Oh, look at that. Raiders 125. It gets you 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? If that means if you put down $100, you're going to get $125 to bet with, right? So if you want to bet on the Raiders, if you want to bet on how many rushing yards Josh Jacobs is going to have, how many passing yards Derek Carr is going to have every week, you can do that at BetUS. And with my promo, I'm giving you free money. So if you do lose, it's all good. You still got plenty of money. Plus, I can get you a free Raiders jersey as well. I took advantage of the deal. Here's my Derek Carr jersey. You can get a Carr, Josh, Henry Ruggs, basically almost any single Raiders player I can get you. Just email me, raiders@chatsports.com. So you got to deposit $100 at BetUS. I'm going to give you $125 for free to bet with and a free Raiders jersey value of $100. You're basically getting $225 worth of things for $100. Yeah, you're welcome. Email me, raiders@chatsports.com. Next player here, Cameron Wake, an old dude, and he is not even close to what he used to be. However, he can still rush the passer. And even if you don't get the fully healthy Wake, who definitely battled some injuries last year, it's why the numbers are what they are. And yes, 4 tackles, 2.5 sacks, that's correct. But we saw against the Chiefs how much of a pass rush can help, especially the secondary. And I mean, we always rip on the secondary. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, they have all day to throw, it makes your life a lot harder. Max Crosby's been pretty good. Cleveland Ferrell's been playing a lot better, but, I mean, if I could move Clee to the inside and then potentially, use him and Hankins more, because you can't right now rely on Malik Collins. Daniel Ross is hurt. Arden Key's playing okay. Sure, Kendall Vickers had a game of his life, but Carl Nassib's also been sucking as well. He played only 5 snaps last week. Go out and get a veteran like Cameron Wake who's going to add more sack totals. And does Max have 4? Yes, that's great. But, I mean, guys, come on. Look at the other numbers here. You can't be considered a legitimate team, in my opinion, until you go out and get after the quarterback. And this just isn't like a one-year problem. This has been a problem for the past 3 seasons. I mean, the Raiders had 13 sacks in 2018. That's embarrassing. Last season, sure, you got a little bit better with 33, but again, I mean, you guys look at the screen right now. These are the teams with the least amount of sacks in the NFL, and I do want to make a reminder, the Titans have played in 1 less game than everyone else here, so when I made the video, the Titans have yet to play that 5th game, but for the Raiders, you got 7. Bottom line is you're one of the worst teams at being able to get after the quarterback, so go out and get yourself a pass rusher. So what I want you all to do right now is, will the Raiders make the playoffs? A for yes, B for no. If you want to make the playoffs, I am still a believer that you need to go out and get somebody on defense. And I don't know if it's at the defensive line, linebacker, safety, maybe it's all the above. But I would feel a lot better on Sundays. That's for sure if we went out and added just another piece. Maybe you go out and add a guy like Marcell Dareus, and defensive tackle is still a need. Am I confident in Malik Collins? Absolutely not. Do I want Mo Hurst out on the football field more? Yes. Mo Hurst, Jonathan Hankins, Cleveland Ferrell. That's really your only confident players at DT. Did Kendall Vickers have a great game in Week 5? Yeah, but I don't know if I have a confidence in him or if it was just the fact that Kelechi Osemele was hurt. So you go out, you get the biggest and best defensive tackle still on the market, and he is not what he used to be with the Bills. But I'm also going to say this, and I'm also going to say it with the next guy coming up as well. Maybe Marcell Dareus just didn't want to play on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe it was the organization, and maybe he's like, why am I going to go risk it all for an organization that's not going to do the same for me? I mean, he wouldn't be the first player this year or last year that didn't want to play for this team. He's 29 years old. He's a big body on the line, and at the end of the day, we got to be able to get after the quarterback. Go out and get a veteran like Cameron Wake. Go out and get a guy like Marcell Dareus and potentially add to that defensive line. That's what I want. So, hey, call me crazy. If you disagree with any of these players, let me know at Mitchell Renz 365. The last name that I'm going to bring up is Alec Ogletree. And, well, the Raiders still have a need at linebacker. And is he more of a pass rusher? Yeah, probably. And a lot of you are going to be like, Mitch, the New York Jets released him on Saturday. Why the heck would the Raiders go out and get him? Well, same example. Maybe Alec Ogletree just didn't want to really play for the New York Jets. Because is he playing bad? Yes. I mean, he did not have a good year whatsoever. But when you go back and look at 2019, I mean, 80 tackles, 1 sack, 6 pass breakups. That's not so bad, right? And if you need to be able to go out and get a pass rush, what about this? What about, you remember the name Bruce Irvin? Bruce Irvin started out as a linebacker. The Raiders slowly moved him to edge rusher. I think that's something you could do with Ogletree. Is he an undersized edge rusher? Yes, absolutely. But he can still get after the quarterback. I don't trust him in the run game, and I don't trust him in pass coverage. But what you see right now are his PFF grades. And I mean, these are average grades, honestly, for a linebacker. If all I can get is average, I'm okay with that. Because that would be better than Nicholas Morrow. It'd be better than Corey Littleton. It'd be better than Raekwon McMillan. And you know that he's at least in somewhat football shape. Now, are any of the players that I mentioned here going to be, I don't know, groundbreaking news? Probably not. And if you'd ask me, out of all the names on this list, I want Eric Reid the absolute most. Next up is probably Mychal Kendricks. But for the Raiders, you got to see that defense is still a major issue. You're giving up 30.4 points per game. That's just not going to get it done. Defense has been bad for way too long. So you know what? Let's get a little bit stiffer on that D. All right, y'all. Take your pick. Name a linebacker the Raiders should go out and sign. Maybe it's an Alec Ogletree. Maybe it's a Mychal Kendricks. Is it somebody else? Let me know. Obviously, there's a lot of names out there. There's a lot of free agents. But it's also pretty slim picking. So if there's somebody that I didn't mention, if there's somebody that you think, hey, Mitch, you're forgetting someone, let me know in the comments section below.